morning and welcome to Better Goddess Yoga. My name is Anthony, or AM. I'm a member of the Better Goddesses. Today we'll be doing a Love Your Body flow. It is a restorative flow. We'll mostly stay on the floor, nice and relaxed. This is an engagement for the walking meditation album I'm working on for the South Providence Library. So like, share, and subscribe, and we'll get started. If you don't have on a pillow and a blanket, would be great for some support for today's flow. And if you don't have a mat, using a blanket would be fine, or a carpet. And I would suggest having some water nearby. So to start, we'll start seated. Resting your hands in your lap, you can roll the shoulders back, find a tall, long spine. Just tap into the natural breath here. And while you're here, you can start to elongate each breath, taking slower inhales and slower exhales. As you're breathing, you can think about tapping into the sensations you're feeling in this moment. Maybe noticing any physical sensations, smells, sounds. Continuing to elongate each breath. And from here, with the slow breath, I'll invite you to press the chest forward. You can use the hands against the knees. And on the exhale, you can round the spine, maybe bringing the chin to the chest. Inhaling to press the chest forward, opening the shoulders, opening the heart. And round the spine, exhale. Inhale slowly, pressing the chest forward. And exhale to round the spine. Inhale, press the chest forward. Maybe opening up the throat this time. Exhale, round the spine. One more round of this breath. Inhaling. And exhale. Let's come back to a neutral spine. We'll drop the head to the left shoulder, keeping the right shoulder down and back, maybe sending the right arm long. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, sending the left out long, dropping the right ear toward the right shoulder. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. This time, we'll grab the side of the head using the left hand. Just allow the elbow to hang here. Try not to pull any extra weight. And then we'll turn toward the shoulder, grabbing the back of the head. And when you're ready, we'll switch to the other side. Turning toward the shoulder, we'll grab the back of the head. When you're ready, release. We'll keep the head dropped to the right side. Let's inhale here, find a tall, long spine. And on the exhale, we'll roll the head over to the other side of the shoulder. Inhale, rolling to the right shoulder. Exhale, slowly rolling to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left, syncing the movement to the breath. Inhaling. Exhale. And we'll come back to center. From here, let's send the arms out wide and cross the right arm over the left. Give yourself a big hug. And creating some space here between the shoulder blades, elbows stacked on top of one another if that's possible. Just sit here with the breath for a moment, giving yourself a hug. Sinking into these breaths here will allow you a moment to offer yourself some self-love. And we'll bend in the left, straightening out the right. Keep the right shoulder down and back. And we'll send the arms out long again. This time we'll cross the left arm over the right, giving yourself a big hug. Stretching out the upper back. Trying not to collapse in the lower spine here. Keeping a tall, long spine in this position. Again, I'll offer a moment here, a couple of breaths. To hug yourself like you would a best friend or family member. Giving yourself and your body some gratitude. Holding yourself in space for just a moment. And then we'll bend in the right, straighten out the left, keeping the left shoulder down and back. And release. From here in a neutral spine, we'll inhale to roll the shoulders up and back. Exhale to release. Inhale the shoulders up and back. Exhale, release. Inhale the shoulders up and back. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, release. From here, we'll bring the right hand to the left knee. the left hand behind us into our back space. And for this twist, you can think about inhaling to reach the spine tall and long. Exhale to turn the chin all the way to the left. Deepening the twist on the exhales. And after a couple breaths here, we'll inhale to raise the arms up and over, dropping to the other side. Again, you can inhale to find length in the spine. Exhale to go deeper into the twist. From here, we'll release to roll out the wrists. Changing the direction. And then facing the fingers toward the body, you can start to press the fingers and then the palms into the floor, opening up the wrists and the forearms, maybe adding some topical heat. And before we move forward, I'll invite taking a sip of water. And whoever you'd like to get there, we'll meet in tabletop. I like to suggest having a blanket right beneath the knees. And going into this position, we always check in with a stack. Knees beneath the hips and the hands beneath the shoulders. And here we'll start sinking the breath with cat-cows, inhaling again to press the chest forward, reaching the hips back. And exhale to round the spine, chin to chest, tucking the hips forward toward the forehead. Inhale, pressing the chest forward, hips up and back. Exhale, round the spine. And you can continue this, sinking the breath to the movement, going at your own pace. Finishing up on your last round of breath, we'll extend the right leg back long, tucking the toes. You can press back into the heel, opening up the calf, opening up the back of the leg. And then from here, we'll keep that toe against the floor, just slide it to the left. And then look back over your left shoulder at that left foot, stretching out the right side body a little bit. And then we can slide it back, dropping the right knee down to meet the left. We'll do the same thing on the left side, tucking the toes, pressing back into this heel. And again, we'll slide to the right, looking back over the right shoulder. And slide it back. We'll drop the left down to meet the right. From here, let's touch the toes behind us. Send the hips back over the ankles. Sending the arms forward, up overhead. You can rest the forehead on the floor for child's pose. Coming back to that slow, controlled breath here. Let's crawl the hands to the upper right side, reaching that left hand far overhead as we can. Sending that left hip down and back. We can keep that slow, controlled breath. And from here, we'll crawl through center to the other side. Crawling that right palm as far up overhead as possible. Reaching the right hip down and back. You can let your head rest on the floor. And crawling the hands back to center. Let's come back up to tabletop. Again, remembering to stack the hands beneath the shoulders. This time we'll send both legs back, tucking the toes for plank. In plank, you can have the knees down here if that's where you're at today. And then we'll slowly start to roll down to the floor, tucking the toes, hips, chest, and shoulders. Next, we'll come up into Sphinx. Here we're stacking the elbows just beneath the shoulders. You can press the hands into the floor or into one another. And in this pose, we're looking at engaging in both legs, engaging in the lower back, sending the energy down from the shoulders into the elbows, into the floor, finding length in the neck. Pressing the hips into the floor. And on your next exhale, we'll release back down to the mat. Maybe stacking the hands to rest your head. Recalibrating the breath here for a moment. And when you're ready, we'll press back up to Sphinx again. Maybe pointing the toes, pressing the hips into the floor, engaging in the lower back. You can think about finding as much distance as you can between the shoulders and the ears. When you're ready, we'll release, going back into child's pose, pressing up through tabletop. This time we'll bring the knees closer together, touching the toes behind us, reaching the hands up overhead. Again, you can let the forehead drop to the floor. Noticing that you can round in the spine a little bit deeper here. And we'll just breathe in this pose for a moment, encouraging that slow, controlled breath. And when you're ready, we'll come back up through tabletop. We'll send both legs back again for plank. And keeping the hands and feet in the same place, we'll reach the hips up and back for our first downward dog. You can bend the knees, maybe pedal out both the legs, sending the heels toward the floor. And from here, let's bring the right knee toward the chest and drop that right foot between both of your hands, sending your left knee down for low lunge, untucking the toe. Here we're checking in that our knee is stacked just above our ankle. You can press the hands into the mat, pressing the left hip forward, gently opening up the hip. And next, going into the hamstring stretch, you can bend deeper into the left, straightening the right. It's okay to be up. Here for this hamstring stretch, it's okay to around the spine, supporting yourself with your hands. As long as we're pressing the right ankle into the floor, flexing in the ankle. And let's bend back in the right, straightening the left behind us. From here, we'll bring the right hand to the inside and crawl the right foot out. Here, we're making sure that the toe is pointing in the same direction as the knee, and that we're pressing every point of the foot into the mat or the floor. If it feels good for you here to go deeper, you can drop down to the elbows. But if it feels better to be up here, that's okay too. Whenever you're ready, we'll swap that right foot with the right hand, framing the foot with both hands. We'll tuck the left toe behind us, lifting up that left knee, pressing that left hip forward, finding strength in both of the legs. And then we'll press the left hand into the floor, opening up on the right side, keeping that slow, controlled breath. And let's drop that right hand down. We'll send the right foot back to meet the left plank. And again, we'll lower down to the mat, knees, untucking the toes, lowering the hips, the chest, shoulders. Again, take a moment here to recalibrate the breath, finding that slow inhale and exhale that we did at the start of our flow. And when you're ready, we'll press back up through tabletop again. Sending both legs back for plank, tucking the toes. Again, keeping the hands and feet in the same place to reach the hips up and back. And we'll send the left knee to the chest and drop the foot between the hands. So we can let the right leg drop down. If you have a blanket or pillow, allowing it to fall so the blanket would feel good. Again, make sure to stack the ankle just below the knee. And here we're working to press the right hip forward. And for the hamstring stretch, we'll send that left leg straight, reaching the toes up toward the ceiling. Breathing into the sensation here. Let's bring the left foot flat again, straightening out the right. And we'll crawl the left foot out, bringing the left hand inside, remembering to point the toe in the direction of the knee. And again, if you want to go deeper into this pose, you can come down to the elbows. Once we press ourselves back up from here, we'll swap the left foot with the left hand. Tuck the right toes behind you, finding strength in the legs here. And then pressing the right hand into the floor, we'll reach up and over with the left. Drop that left hand back down. From here, however you'd like to get there, we'll end up seated. Removing your pillow or blanket if it's there. Here with our feet flat in front of us, we'll send the hands long overhead and drop down to the mat from the lower spine, middle spine, and upper. And once you're flat, you can bring the arms out to a T and drop the knees left to right. And bringing the knees back to center, we'll send the left heel up toward the ceiling. And you can interlock the hands behind the knee. pulling in toward the body, maybe pressing away with the heel at the same time. From here, we'll drop this left ankle onto the right knee. We'll thread through behind the right thigh, and pull in toward the body, working toward keeping a flat spine against the floor, maybe pressing away the left elbow against the left leg. And it can feel nice to roll out the right ankle. Be sure to keep the left ankle flexed. And we'll release, dropping the left foot down to the floor. We'll send the right foot up. Again, grabbing from behind the leg, reaching that right heel away. Same thing on this side, so we'll drop the right ankle onto the left knee, threading through behind the left, pulling in toward the body, working to keep a flat spine. Again, maybe pressing away with the right elbow into the right leg, making sure to keep this right ankle flexed. Noticing any sensations, noticing adjustments that your body needs. You always have the opportunity to check in, to be more aware. Last couple breaths in this pose. When you're ready, we'll release. From here, let's bring the arms out to a T again. And we'll drop the knees to the right side. And turn the chin all the way to the left. For this twist on the left side, you can keep the left knee bent and straighten out the right. Maybe making any adjustments you need to the spine. And whenever you're ready, we'll untwist, returning the legs Back to that position. We'll drop the knees over to the left side this time, and then turn the chin all the way to the right to complete the twist. And from here, you can keep the right knee bent, straightening out the left, making any adjustments you might need. Noticing the expansion and the belly breath with a slow, controlled inhale and exhale. You can almost go deeper into the twist on the exhales, allowing your body to relax a little bit deeper. And from here, when you're ready, we'll return the legs back to where they were. Let's tuck the legs in, hugging the lower half, maybe rocking back and forth for a gentle back massage. Sending some love and gratitude to the legs. We'll take a couple of breaths here. And from here, grabbing the feet and squeeze the toes, maybe pressing into each toe individually, squeezing into the arches, giving your feet some love. And then sending out the legs and the arms flat against the floor for Shavasana. Resting all of our weight into the earth. The work in this pose is to do no work at all. And here I'll invite you in your breaths, using the inhales to feel lighter, and the exhales to feel heavier. You can also think about the exhales as an opportunity to release, releasing any tension, using the exhales to relax in the legs and the hips. Maybe the next exhale opens a space in the lower back, relaxing in the shoulders, allowing them to sink deeper into the floor. Release any tension from the neck, from the jaw. And I'll invite you to take this moment to reflect on how you took care of your body today in this flow. Find your final breaths here in this pose. If you're ready, or whenever you're ready, you can roll over to one side in fetal position before pressing up to seated for our closing breaths. And once you're here, roll the shoulders back, find a tall spine. You can rest the hands in the lap, rest your hands over your heart, or have them at heart center. And we'll take 4 collective breaths together. A breath for the ancestors that we bring into our practice, breathing in and out. A breath for those whose ancestors have been stolen and those who have been stolen from, breathing in and out. A breath to appreciate the support that we receive from others, breathing in and out. And a breath for any intentions that you have for your body today, breathing in and out. The loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. So chat will be on going live tomorrow in the morning at 8 o'clock. And I'll be here again next Thursday. Check out our Facebook. And thank you. Shout out to PCL, Providence Community Libraries, for making this class possible. And yeah, check out the description for more information, like and share if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next week. Bye.